This might get weird.
Are we rolling?
Yeah, we're
wow.
rolling.
Cheers, Grace Helbig.
Cheers, Mamrie Hart.
I love that you were like, yeah, I'll take a seltzer. And I came back with regular seltzers and hard seltzers to be like, just in case you want one. But good for you for abstaining.
I know. Well, this is how you know we had a great time in Mexico is
Wow.
that you're still white clawing it up. And I'm like, I got to go regular seltzer.
Really?
Well, I mean, it's just, yeah. I think I came back and was like, I am tired.
Yeah. I mean, we had a couple days, you guys, we're going to get all into our trip, obviously,
Yeah.
obs. But just as a whole, we had a little bit of relaxation, but then we partied.
Yeah, and so, I mean, many levels here is that Elliot and I have been drinking, I guess, leading up to this, too. So it was just like a steamroll into this situation.
No, you get the end of school thing where you go, well, I'm going on vacation in 3 weeks. I might as well start partying.
Yeah, I should lubricate my party palate.
I'm going to be hungover and bloated in 3 weeks. Why not be it now?
I think also my body in the last day, it takes like 24 hours before you start to feel the effects of your body having eaten and drank just whatever you want all day long.
Chip and I split a bottle of gin last night, so I'm not sure.
Get it? I mean, we split 2 Pizza Hut pizzas last night.
Is
so
that your go-to?
I'm not on good behavior still.
Is that your go-to pizza delivery?
No, it's Elliot actually had this whole dialogue with me last night about how he wanted to get Domino's.
Yeah, that's what we do.
That's normally the go-to, but then he ordered Pizza Hut because I think it was quicker. And he was like, should I be full trash and get Pizza Hut? And I was like, you can get, it's all the same to me, but do you consider Pizza Hut trashier than Domino's? Because in my mind, he said yes. In my mind, Pizza Hut is a sit-down restaurant with servers.
I think
so I've always held it in high regard.
There is a big difference.
Yeah.
You're right. Like Little C's and Domini's, they are just pickup counters.
Yeah.
The Pizza Hut
Full experience
was a Friday night.
That was fine dining for me
there
growing
was
up.
a box.
Yeah. Even
jukebox.
Whatever the outcome was of our soccer game, we were going to Pizza Hut afterwards. And it was wonderful.
Absolutely. We would go after our softball games.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a hot spot for tiny athletes.
Because Brooke Wolf's grandparents would treat us, and I thought they were rich.
Oh, 100%.
It was like 3 pizzas, and I was like, your grandparents are loaded.
This is insane.
They're
Also,
treating a whole softball team.
We're at the place where they make the crust also have cheese inside of it. This is absolutely mind-blowing.
Now, I know we've had many a convo on here about stuffed crust pizzas. I mean, we've talked about it at length. But do you still get that?
No, we did not get that.
Okay,
No.
I was going to say, Grace, you're not having a fucking White Claw, but you're doing stuffed crust pizza.
No, I'm not a psycho.
Okay, cool.
No, I'm not having that kind of meltdown.
Yeah. That's a great pun.
That's
a meltdown.
Our pizza place that we start.
That's our pizza / therapy hut.
Yeah, it's aggressive in self-help. No, the regular crust was so wonderful.
Just like it's very
just oily
buttery. Yes.
and crispy, and I just started eating the crusts off of it, being like, this is what I want. It's almost like a little garlic bread. It's great.
It's absolutely great. There's actually a Greek place up the street here that does like a homemade, just like pita flatbread kind of.
Ooh.
And the first time I got it, I swear to God, I was like, this is Pizza Hut. This tastes like Pizza Hut crust.
Yeah. It's got a specific flavor.
So if you want just crust, I'm going to hook you up.
There's another business venture, Just Crust.
Just crust. Well, Chip doesn't eat his crust.
I know.
I go back and I eat them for him.
I've heard many stories lately of people not eating crusts.
Wait, that's crazy to me.
But also mostly about sandwich crusts. Which I guess I get that you don't eat your sandwich crust, but I do.
What are you, 5?
These were stories about children. Yeah.
Okay. It's like, if you're a grown ass adult and you're like, no crusts, please, on my PB&J, get out of here.
Hank and John's most recent podcast talking about their children not eating crusts.
Okay, that makes sense. Now, I am a big fan of.
Yeah.
Like, if you're doing a sandwich.
Okay.
Hold on. I love that we're going to talk. This is the
Guys,
vacation
we just had a
episode.
rager. But wait, we're going to talk about sandwich crusts for about 20 minutes.
You want all of our thoughts on crusts. I'm a big fan of if you're going to do something on a baguette or like a hoagie, if you will, or
Thank
even
you.
the bagel life, doing the scooping out the canal to both save a little carb, but I go back and I eat it anyway, so that's not the point. It's more to create a pool for the toppings to go into, so it's not just like spilling everywhere.
Especially on bagels, because the bagel's obviously a great part of bagel with cream cheese, but you're looking for the cream cheese.
Well, not me. I don't do cream cheese.
Well, what do you put on a bagel? Butter,
tomato, egg and cheese.
Okay. Well,
I'd rather have a toasted buttered onion bagel is delicious to me.
Yeah, that sounds
But
great.
I see what you're saying. Like,
you just, I mean,
it's
for
the
those
vehicle.
that want cream cheese or whatever the schmear is that goes on there.
Which one of my favorite words.
Really kind of gross and fun to say. Like,
well, because
harmless.
It's cream cheese and vaginal exams.
Yeah.
Those are the only schmears you get.
Those are the only schmears you get that we know of, unless someone out there has a third schmear they'd like to add to the
If you
schmear.
guys hear of other schmears,
I'm going to
come
Google
here, come
top
here.
10 schmears. See what comes up. That would be a harmful
top 10
Google.
schmears is that's terrifying.
That's how you prank someone if they leave their computer open. Just Google top 10 schmears and let it be.
Do you want to know the top tier schmears?
Top tier schmears. We got top tier
Look
schmears.
at here. Yeah, it is interesting. It's
See,
like,
that's when you
which
have
came first? Which came first?
Well, that's where you have a gynecologist that's also a bagel place, and you call it top schmears.
Oh my gosh. Papa schmears instead of pap schmears. And with that, now that it's Papa schmears, let's talk about our vacation.
Let's talk about our vacation.
Because it started off with me on a flight between a very Republican man and his son, who looked like Jake Paul, was fully grown with a beard, but still called him Puffa.
Yeah.
And it made everything hurt in my body.
I still don't know why it bothers me so much.
So
I think
bad.
Also, he had like mutton chops on top of an unkempt beard. And that was coming out of the sides of his mask. He looked like someone who hadn't shaved or a very tight bikini. It was like,
he looked like Wolverine.
Yeah, it was, but like Wolverine really let himself go and got into like philosophy for a second.
Yeah, or Amish.
Yeah.
I guess I never really thought about the drawbacks of this last year and a half of masking when you have a burly beard.
A full beard, yeah.
That's just like being pushed back into your mouth.
Yeah. I haven't I guess I've not noticed. Like, what does ZZ Top do? I would love to see them wearing some masks.
Well, it's either just coming down the bottom, or maybe if it's a bigger mask, they cut a hole in it, like how people wear ponytails through baseball hats.
Or they just take one of those old-timey sleeping caps and they wear them upside down on their beards. That would be
Perfect.
cute.
But so anyway, guys, we get to the airport and I quickly realize I fucked myself somehow because
we're 1 second into the trip.
Because you, Elliot, and Chip are all in a row, and then I'm in the row in front of you in a middle seat. So in my opinion, I'm like, okay, so I'll just ask if this guy on the aisle will switch with Chip on the aisle so me and Chip can sit together.
Yeah.
Like, who cares? It's both aisles, one aisle.
These two people
away.
know each other but have decided already to have one person in between them.
Well, that's the thing. I went up and I was like, sir, crazy question. Would you mind switching so I could sit with my boyfriend? And there's so many ways he could have phrased this. He just goes, that's my son. As if like he was Liam Neeson in Taken or something. I went, okay, but I'm still sitting between you. So they wanted to sit on the same row to be able to talk through me.
That's
essentially
absolutely
terrible.
Insane. That's a terrible thing to do to someone.
It's terrible. And the dad was literally looking up like offshoots of Breitbart, like the Patriot Daily and things, gosh. Like he totally like going through and being like, so what I did for a little bit is while he was going through that, I turned on my little Delta TV to MSNBC.
You gotta.
The live TV.
I know. I did see.
I said, I want you to know where I stand.
When you were still sitting there, I wasn't really paying attention. I was like unpacking my stuff. And then I looked over at Chip and I was like, why don't you ask him to move up there? And Chip goes, he don't want to. And Elliot goes, you're being real loud about that. I was like, well, if he doesn't want to move, I don't care how loud I'm being about this.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
No, so it was this kid who was probably in his mid-20s, had to be, but on a trip with his dad, but called him Papa. I mean, it was like, he was like, Dad, because they were going on a surfing trip. He was like, Papa, they're loading our surfboards up. Papa, they're on. Papa. And I was just like, this is
a lot.
Like, why are you acting like a kid? It was fine, whatever, which I wouldn't. Normally I'd be like, oh, maybe I'm being too hard on this and this,
right.
They have a weird little relationship, or like this kid's going through it, or whatever it is.
Sure.
Except that they were on our flight on the way back, and when a hot girl was talking to him, you would think he was a rapper.
So this is the part.
This gets crazy.
I know. This is the one. Just so you guys know, everything else I was a part of that we'll be telling you about on this trip,
except for the
flight home,
the penthouse Dirty Dancing too. You weren't there.
Oh,
either. We'll get to
that. But this, I saw lots of commotion happening after we landed and we were waiting to get off the plane. And so I knew something was going on. And then when we got off, Mamrie just goes, we can podcast tomorrow if you want, because I'm ready to go.
Growing up, my favorite kind of games were puzzle type of games, ones that used your noggin, strategy. I don't want to be playing limbo and hurting my little, childhood spine. No, but as a kid, we didn't play for the sake of winning prizes, mostly. It was only about having a good time, doing new things, and never wanting the fun to end. And that's why you're gonna love Best Fiends, because it is exactly that. It always leaves you feeling refreshed and challenged. Honestly, I recently took a flight, I know, normal world stuff, and I played Best Fiends the entire time. And you know what? I never got bored. I've been playing for months, and I still cannot wait to open up that game, because there's tons of fun puzzles with just the right amount of challenge and strategy involved. In fact, it's almost too much fun because I cannot stop playing. Late at night, my little screen pops up. Little Chip is asleep, and he doesn't know I'm over there making fiends all over the place. Best Fiends has something new to play every day. There are thousands of levels, okay? Thousands of them, and it's endless fun, and the adorable collectible characters just keep coming. You are gonna have a favorite, and they're going to be adorable. Some people might think they're ugly, but not you. They're your fiend. If you're itching for a fun puzzle game with no game over, give Best Fiends a try. Don't blame me if you can't put it down. Plus, they also have all these new levels being added. Games are added monthly, new challenges, so it never gets stale. If you want to download this 5-star rated puzzle game, Best Fiends is free today on the App Store or Google Play. That's friends without the R. It's Best Fiends.
We all know that there's a lot of information out there about getting healthy, and a lot of it is a bit contradictory. Enter Noom. With Noom, it's not about what you just ate, it's about how you eat in general. It'll teach you about eating, your cravings, and how to build new habits so you can ditch your misconceptions and get smart about the food choices you make. With Noom, you pick the health goals that are right for you, and Noom will personalize a program to help your aspirations become reality. They also have this incredible database or library of recipes that you can look through that I think is one of the sleekest and easiest to search through. You can search through budgets, you can search through ingredients, you can search through how much green stuff is in your meal, and the community is just super incredibly supportive. Noom is based in psychology, so like I said, it teaches you why you make the choices you do and gives you tools to help replace your habits with healthier ones. It's a cognitive behavioral approach, which means you're not just going to lose weight, you're going to build habits that you will need to keep it off. And everyone is busy, so it doesn't demand much of your time. It only asks for 10 minutes a day, and 80% of Noomers finish the program, and over 60% have stuck with their goals for at least a year. So if you are interested, just know there's a science to getting healthier. It's called Noom. Sign up for your trial today at Noom, NOOM.com/weird. Again, Noom, NOOM.com/weird. If you're ready to learn how to live healthier, sign up for Noom at Noom.com/weird.
Well, okay, so there's nothing worse than when you're on a flight and you're like, oh, I hate these people.
Yeah.
And I'm so excited I never have to see them again.
Yeah.
And then you finish your vacation and they're boarding the same flight.
I couldn't, when I saw them near the gate before we got on, I was like, you've got to be kidding me.
Terrible. Absolutely awful.
So what happened?
So I'm not paying attention to them.
Yeah. Wait, were they sitting next to you or were they?
No, they were 2 rows up.
Okay.
So I can still see his Wolverine beard and dad who's like just reading the news with some other poor soul between them, right? But so I hear this voice and it's like 15 minutes before we're landing and I hear this baby voice go like, he loves you. And I look and there is like a full Real Housewife looking lady.
Yeah.
Out of her seat, mask off, turned around to our Papa boy with a chihuahua that's probably 2 pounds on his chest licking.
There's a possibility this actually was a Real Housewife coming back from Puerto Vallarta.
So anyway, so I was like, oh my God, that dog is so small. Oh my God, it's licking the kid I sat beside on the way here. But also like full mask, like big boobies up on top of the chair. And the stewardess, you could tell or a flight attendant was friggin' over it.
Yeah.
Like she'd been dealing. So she goes over and she goes, you have to put your mask on. Oh, you have to put your mask on. To which she responds, can I get another Prosecco? Right? And so she goes, no, you have to put your mask on, right? She was loaded.
Yeah, I know. That's the only thing I noticed. I was like, there's a woman hanging over the seat that looks unstable emotionally and physically.
Right? So she puts the mask on for 1 second, rolls her eyes. I thought they were going to fly onto the wing of the plane, and then immediately takes it back down and keeps talking to us.
Oh my God.
So she's like flirting with this guy.
Yeah.
Like manhandling this. Oh, and then this flight attendant came up and was like, you have to put your dog away. We're landing. Oh, God. And just grabs it like it was a Beanie Baby. So I was like, that dog was licking this kid, not because he loved him, like, because he was like, save me from this bitch.
Save me. Save me.
She was like, I've got 5 more at home. Anyway, long story short, then the dad... Oh, so she gets told to put on her mask a 3rd time, right?
Oh, God.
So loud. She's so loud. The dad just goes... would you please put your mask on?
The dad asks her now to put her mask on.
And she goes, what? Why is it a big deal? He goes, it's the rules. Will you please put your mask on?
The Republican dad has reached a breaking point and told her to wear a mask.
Yes, the fucking Patriot Daily. She puts it on, rolls her eyes again, and starts talking to the kid. She doesn't realize that's the kid's dad.
Oh, she hasn't realized that.
No. So when he's all Papa on the way there, as soon as this Real Housewife hottie is talking to him, he's like, I don't know him at all.
I don't know him. I don't know this.
So
crazy
she's like
man.
rolling her eyes and talking shit about the dad to the kid.
Wow.
Right? She gets yelled at a few more times, but then I'm watching her and she's sitting beside her husband who's asleep, right?
Okay.
So I hear her go, well, I'm a housewife, so I go to Mexico like twice a month.
Wow. Okay, so she's just like an actual practical housewife. Yeah.
Like an Orange County housewife.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
She goes, I travel like twice a month. And she goes, she keeps looking in to see if he's asleep. She goes, honestly, I came with him. Eye roll, the craziest eye roll, and goes
about her husband.
Goes, but I just like prefer to go by myself so I can like go to the gym and do stuff that I like, and because he's always sleeping. Like just talking shit when I can hear it 5 rows back when her husband is right there.
You got a literal episode of Real Housewives happening in front of you.
So this is what's so crazy. So she is out, literally unbuckled, completely turned around as we land. Like when the foot, like I heard the kid say to her, and not kid, he was a man, be like, I see the ground. We're landing. And she didn't stop. She keeps talking. But so she goes and she looks back at her husband, right?
Oh my God.
Pops back around and goes, I don't even love him. Looks to make sure he's asleep and then goes, I haven't even changed my last name.
Oh my God.
To this kid on the plane that she's been talking to for 15 minutes, she says she doesn't love her husband while her husband is sitting beside her.
Wow.
So then we're landed and she's truly to this guy and whoever's in the middle seat being like, I want to go out with you guys. You're so fun. Like we need to go hang out. Like, it's like, wow. You guys didn't just become best friends, right? And so she's like rolling her eyes, everything, whatever. And she's like, what are you guys doing now? Like, what are you doing? And then so the kid goes like, well, me and my dad are gonna, and she goes, that's your dad? and he goes, yeah, I told you at the beginning of the flight. And she goes, I didn't know. well, hello, sir. You've got a fine young man. Like, it was bonkers.
Oh.
It was fucking batshit crazy. She literally was not even sitting down when the plane landed.
Oh my God.
I was like, is the Chihuahua secure?
Right. Where's the dog? And also, has she slipped sleeping pills in her husband's drink? And that's why he sleeps all the time.
Always sleeping. I mean, but in my head, I was like, did she put the Chihuahua in like the backseat pocket with the barf bag?
God.
Like, I was like, I can't believe. So then we finally get off the flight. Luckily, I haven't even gotten into the man who was sitting beside me.
Oh, no. Yeah.
But just to sum up this mystery of the girl who doesn't love her husband.
Wow.
I go to the bathroom when we get through customs.
Yeah.
She's in the stall beside me. I saw the dog bag.
Oh, no.
And she's calling, I'm assuming her dog sitter, and shit-faced going, if you don't give it to him, he will die.
Oh my
If you don't give him his pill, he will die. And I was like, please.
I mean, we
let
can
these
assume
angels
that
be
that's
okay.
to the dog sitter, but it could also be about her husband. I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, she was actually wanting him to die.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
That's so much. Did they say, like, the kid say goodbye to her? Was he like entertaining it in a funny way, or was he
No,
like
I think
into
he
it?
thought she was very hot.
Okay.
Oh, and at one point she goes, wait, how old are you guys? She goes, ugh, I'm so old. You probably think I'm disgusting. I'm 31.
Well, there are some other behavioral attributes you've
That-
demonstrated
like,
that
look,
might be a little gross.
I
but it's
saw
not your-
that there's a note on my phone that I clearly just typed and showed to Chip that says, she just said she's 31. She looks 45.
Oh, God.
It was Cuckoo Town.
Yeah, I saw this woman standing up. I have a vague memory of hearing someone say, that's your dad. And then I put it together that the kid and his dad were up there. And I couldn't tell if that woman was talking like to you or to them.
But here's the difference is when we get off and the guy and his dad are waiting for their friend to meet up, you know, like an older gentleman.
Yeah.
He's up and he goes, oh, you gotta hear about this girl who sat in front of us. And they both go, she was the coolest.
Wait, the dad and the kid
The
did?
kid said she was the coolest. The dad said she was so funny.
Okay.
I'm like, this was a train wreck.
Wow. I mean, but that does confirm a bit of, you know, my assumptions about them.
Yeah.
Which is that, like,
Oh, they were terrible.
I have a feeling that son would be making out with her in the corner of a bar if this was happening in a bar and not on a plane.
In 2 friggin' seconds. Like, she refused to put the mask on because she wanted to, like, show her lips.
Oh,
Like, she was doing, like,
God.
that kind of pouty lip talking.
To say, I don't even love him. I haven't even changed my last
I haven't even
name.
changed my last name. I don't even love him. I prefer to travel alone.
Crazy.
To a complete stranger while he's beside you. I was like, I've never in my life seen something like this.
That is the audacity. Wow.
Literally, I haven't seen such a hot mess on a plane since the time, and I wrote about this in my second book. I took a 6 a.m. flight, and there was a girl beside me named Star, and she was reeked of cigarettes. And as soon as we got Wi-Fi, she opened her laptop, and she managed cam girls.
She managed cam
So
girls?
she literally had
just porn
9
everywhere.
windows of girls doing stuff, and just said, like, sorry, this is my job. She owned the company. She was out here for a porn convention.
Oh, wow.
It was crazy. So anyway,
wow.
they were a delight. The man to my left was also shit-faced. He also refused to wear a mask.
Really? All
And
these
what-
people are refusing
and what-
around you? I didn't see any of that around us. Dang.
Occasionally would pull it up,
Yeah.
pulled it down to cough, and shit landed on me.
Oh my God.
He looked at me and he said, I'm completely harmless unless I don't get enough wine.
Is that what he said?
An exact line he said to me.
Ooh, there's a lot to unpack with that one.
He
That
was
means
clearly-
you're not, but you need wine. Or actually, I don't think you need wine.
No, he was an older gay man with his friend, and his friend, you could tell, was so excited for this vacation to be done.
Done. Yeah, I'm sure.
So then he also, his little like TV screen wouldn't work.
Yeah.
And so he stops a stewardess And he comes over and he goes, my screen doesn't work. And she says, I'll reset it. He goes, I'm not going to watch it anyway. I was like, then why'd you stop her?
You just want to know that you have all the amenities that you could have.
I think he was trying to get like a free wine or something.
Oh, he's trying to get a voucher or something?
But he would pull down his mask to cough. I looked at Chip. I looked at Chip 500 times during that flight, and I was like, I cannot believe this man.
I can't handle this right now.
It was a rough return.
But that is, I mean, it's interesting flight there versus flight home, because it did feel like everyone on the flight home was either exhausted or like trying to squeeze out the last ounce of their party vacation.
It felt like a flight home from Vegas.
Yeah, it did, where it's like no one's on their best behavior, no one's looking great, and we're all just trying to get home.
Well, here's what I feel is when you take from like a vacation destination.
Yeah.
When you take a flight home in the morning, you're with all the hungover people.
Right.
We took a 6:00 flight.
Yeah.
So you got everyone who tied one on and went, technically it's still a vacation day.
Right. Or they were, they had a whole day before getting to the airport. So it's like, let's just go to this bar and hang there until we have to go to the airport.
You should have done what we did. We were classy. We got to the airport and then we had lots of liquor.
Yeah. But before that, we realized that we had to get a COVID test before we could leave the country.
Exactly.
And so we ran around like crazy people.
So what was your favorite part of the trip?
Oh, what was my favorite? Oh, okay. My favorite part is not an actual event that we did. Well, this is one of my favorite things, was learning.
Oh, the realization.
That you and Chip sometimes hiss at each other to communicate. I had no idea. Mamrie and Chip you'll catch them and you'll hear something, you look over and they're just going at each other back and forth, but they know what they're communicating to each other, and it happened often.
Really? I think it's one of those things where we've been inside so long that we didn't realize we're talking like Nell, that movie Nell, how she's been by herself in the woods forever, so she has her own language. Yeah. I think that's what's happening with our hiss.
Oh, Elliot and I have developed voices that we use, but and you at one point looked over, you were like, so Chip and I hiss at each other sometimes. And I was like, ha 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 ha, and then I would catch it happening. And it was
I think the first time it happened is Chip likes to scare me. He literally tried to sneak up behind me while we were setting up this podcast.
Yeah, just now.
I was like shushing Grace. But the first time, sometimes he'll look asleep. And then when you approach him, and I think that was the first time is like we were freshly dating and I was like, hey, and he went and froze up all his limbs like a cat on Halloween.
Yeah, it's great.
And so now we just kind of do that at each other.
I love it. I was laughing every time I caught it happening.
But your boyfriend suffered an injury.
He did. Shortly after telling you and Chip how much I had dropped things all morning.
He called you clumsy and then he fell off a curb.
And then he fell off a curb while a homeless man sat watching, and just what did he say? Happens every week.
Yep. Elliot fell and he just goes, happens every week.
And it's one of those things where you don't have injuries as adults.
Yeah. I mean, knock on all the wood.
Yeah, that much. And so I think it was one of those things where he was embarrassed that it happened, and then kind of freaked out of like, I don't know how serious this is right now.
Well, yeah, because when you get an injury like a sprained ankle or something like that, but you've also had 8 drinks.
Yeah, they're like, I can't tell how serious it hurts
Am
right now.
Am I going to wake up tomorrow and be like, why the fuck didn't I go to the emergency room?
Right, and that's why I kept being like, do you think it's broken? And he's like, no. And I was like, I'm going to need a bit of a more confident no than that if we want to sit down at this other bar right now and have a couple more drinks. And he was like, no, I think I'm okay. But yeah, then we sat down at Margarita Grill.
We sat out there and we had drinks, and I'm not kidding. For the next 3 days, every 15 minutes in my mind, I sang Wasting Away Again at Margarita Grill.
Yeah, it was great. It was wonderful. And just people had their dogs and everyone was being, drunk and excited to be on vacation.
Yes. Also, for those listening, Puerto Vallarta is a very gay-friendly town. Super. And also the day we left was the day Pride Week started.
Yeah, so it was like everyone getting into town and them setting up and just being like, oh, we're just missing it.
Like Bianca Del Rio was there and
Shangela's supposed to be down there.
All this stuff. So we were seeing like the encroaching people being like, well, let's get to Pride a couple days early so we get a better place to stay. CBD isn't about what you feel. It's about what you don't feel, okay? Maybe you're a little nervous. Maybe you've got some pain you need relieved. Or maybe, in my case, you got some sleepless nights and you need just a little bit of CBD to get that sleeping right. Well, Feels is a better way to feel better. Feels is a premium CBD that will help you keep your head clear and feel your best. It's hassle-free, delivered directly to your door, and CBD naturally reduces stress, anxiety, pain, sleeplessness, and there's no hangover or addiction. So I get those full night sleeps with nice little dreams, and I wake up ready to rock. All you do is you place a few drops of Feels under your tongue and you feel the difference within minutes. The thing to remember about CBD is that finding your right dose is important. Everyone's dose is different. So Feels offers a free CBD hotline. How fun is that? To help guide your personal experience so that you can find your perfect dose. The Feels customer service team is dedicated to making sure you get the best use of your CBD. Joining the Feels monthly membership makes your self-care easy. You'll feel relieved when it gets here, right to your door. Plus, you're going to save money on every order, and you can pause or cancel anytime. So start feeling better with Feels. Become a member today by going to feels.com/TMGW, and you're going to get, listen to this, 50% off your first order with free shipping. That's FEALS.com/TMGW to become a member and get 50% off automatically taken off your first order with free shipping. Feels.com/TMGW.
Not gonna lie, I've been off my shaving game for the winter, but the warm weather is upon us, and now I cannot wait to get back in my regular routine. That first shave after letting your hair grow for a while is always so satisfying, and that's why I need a razor that makes shaving uncomplicated and is gentle on my skin, leaving it moisturized, super smooth, and bump-free. And the Athena Club razor is hands down the best razor I've ever used. Truly, I'm obsessed with this razor. And so are other people. It has thousands of 5-star reviews and is designed with the built-in skin guards and an innovative handle to help prevent razor burn while being gentle on curves. The razor blade is surrounded by a water-activated serum with shea butter and hyaluronic acid, which is basically what I've heard a holy grail for skincare. So all around the razor, it's just activated with water, and you can shave, and it's so nice on your skin. The best part is that the razor kit is only $9 and comes with your choice of a handle color, an extra blade head, and a magnetic. It comes with a magnetic hook for easy shower storage. Athena Club also has the dreamiest shave foam, and it's back in stock. So together with the Athena Club razor and shave foam, your skin will be, set. Completely hydrated, smooth, all of those wonderful things. This is one of, like I continue to tell you, best razors I've ever used. I usually get a razor, and then when it has, heads that you need to kind of exchange, I just go, whatever, I'll get a new one. And this is the only one that I've continuously gotten new heads for it because I love it so much. And you can also complete your shower routine with Athena Club's just launched Dewy Body Lotion and Creamy Body Wash in 3 new scents. The body wash cleanses, softens, and protects with a cream formula designed to do it all. And the body lotion is ultra hydrating and packed with antioxidants. Ever heard of them? It's like a multivitamin for your skin. So show your skin you care with the Athena Club Razor Kit. Sign up today and you can get 20% off your first order. Just go to athenaclub.com and use promo code WEIRD. That's Athena, ATHENACLUB.com with promo code WEIRD for 20% off.
Speaking of places to stay, though.
Yeah.
Elliot got to nurse his ankle.
Oh, at the most beautiful Airbnb I might have ever stayed at.
It was the most beautiful Airbnb. It was great. You and I did our fantastic research, but we get the tour of the home from the lovely lady who property manages it. We're going up the stairs, seeing all it. We get to downstairs to another bedroom, and the art behind it is literally a photograph of a hairy pussy.
Just a hairy pussy with
an orchid sticking out of it.
Half in and half out of it, which I thought was popcorn. And then I thought was a tissue. And I was like, I don't know I know. I was like, this is evocative. I will say that. You got me there, Airbnb.
I so wish it was
it was.
tissue and it was like, portrait of a woman who wiped too hard.
I know.
And realized there was tissue in a vagina before someone went down on
Didn't
her.
have the tampon or something. But like the first night we stayed at this hotel, and also on the bed was just like a photo of sexy legs.
I saw that.
And so we were like, this is funny, haha, because it's an all adult resort anyway. Yeah. And then getting to the next day to this Airbnb that's like, hold my beer, sexy legs. Here's a full hairy pussy with a questionable white figure coming out of it.
It was like,
it was so there.
It was like long pubes. Yeah. It was a macro. But it was, you know what it was? It was a schmear.
It was a schmear.
It was a schmear.
It was a bit of a schmear. You know, it was hot girl summer. It was, yeah. And so we stayed in that room.
Just underneath the gorgeous glow.
Every morning when we woke up and just looked up and saw that there, I was like, oh, right, I forgot. I'd like get out of bed and go see if there's coffee. And then as I stood up and saw it, I'd be like, yeah, that's quite something to wake up to.
But how do you choose? Because here's the deal.
Right.
The Airbnb wasn't adults only.
It was not.
So there's for sure children who've stayed there who've been like, what is this?
Right.
It was like,
we're also, Americans are very closed-minded sexually in that regard.
I totally get it. I remember the first time I saw stuff, like, you know, when you see,
right.
The first time I saw.
But it's just like hilarious.
First of all, it's hilarious, but also it was like, it wasn't like, oh, I'm a little lingerie model. It was like a hustler spread.
Yeah, but it makes me wonder because the whole space was so cool and had all this really cool art that seemed, you know, probably pretty expensive. So in my mind, I'm like, is this worth like tens of thousands of dollars?
Right? Is this like the most renowned photographer in Puerto Vallarta?
Right. And then I'm here going, there's something off-putting about that.
It was so good. You guys, we had beautiful sunset dinners.
Yeah.
We went out, but the first night after Elliot sprained his ankle, Chip and I were like, well, let's move on to another bar. And we sat
Yeah, we went back to the Airbnb and nursed it with the cold beer that we had.
Cold beer because we didn't have any ice.
Yeah.
So Chip and I were like, let's go have a couple more drinks and then we'll get a bunch of like booze for the Airbnb and go back. So we sit outside at this restaurant and, you know, just people watching and having a good time. And, you know, it's not the coolest place, but we have a great time. And then the next night, we all end up there.
Yeah.
Well, no.
First of all, we ordered
brunch from there.
We
Postmates.
we like Uber Eats. There were only a few options every time we woke up in the morning, and so we just found one that we hadn't done from the day before.
What's so funny is we're walking downtown, and I see the place, and I go, "Wait, this is where we were last night," and that's the place we ordered Postmates from. Like of all the places in the whole city. And so we're like, well, let's sit here and we have some drinks. We have some drinks. A donkey enters the facility.
Which is apparently very normal. The donkey came from outside, went inside to the very back of the facility and just kind of hung out there for a bit. I guess it's like if you want to take photos with this donkey, you can. I'm not totally sure. Or if the donkey just really wanted to rage for a second.
Yeah, we just needed a flaming margarita.
Yeah.
But we have a good time. We watch like, you know, some people embarrassingly get on the bar. And then, you know, when you get on the bar and dance and then you don't
have a plan.
When you're like, oh, this is 5 minutes long. Mm-hmm. People are tired of wooing for you.
Yeah, it was no Coyote Ugly.
No, that was ugly.
Yeah.
But we were people watching so much. And then the next day, Grace realizes.
Well, first of all, we got lured to this bar by the sequin couple of the century.
Yes, there was I'm going to call them septuagenarians. And this couple was wearing a full, like iridescent Party City hippie costumes.
Yeah, and they were matching. Mm-hmm. And they were going off. To a grease medley. And they were sweaty, but they also were standing like in the front of the bar where clearly everyone walking by could see them. So in my mind, I'm like, are they hired to just do this to bring people? Are they
the oldest party starter go-go dancers in Mexico?
But they were going hard. They had some choreography that they were doing. And the whole time we were there, which was probably, I don't know, like an hour, half hour or something, they didn't stop.
A while. Yeah. No, they danced the entire time. They were on Molly.
Yeah. 100% they were. And the woman kept looking over at you and I a bunch that I was like, she keeps looking over, but I wonder if she's just like knows that she's on display and is just like, I want to see who else is looking at me.
Who's watching me shake my groove thing.
Yeah. But then after that, we were like, this is such a crazy place.
It's so weird that I've been here twice and it's the dorkiest bar and we ordered brunch.
And we ordered brunch there. Oh, yeah. And then we had that drunk gay man come up to us and say that he got married in January and they came down here for a month, but he surprised his husband with another extending their stay. And then he was like, we drank all day and we've had 5 shots since we've been here. Aren't those 2 people in the sequins wonderful?
I was like, oh no, we got to get out of here. It's a Bermuda Triangle. People stay here for months.
And then we found out.
Yes, this is what I've been waiting for.
Thanks to one of you that commented it on my post that Andalays,
which is our bar, our regular bar,
is Andalays, if you're familiar, this is a bit niche, that is featured in the Real Housewives of Orange County. Vicki Gunvalson screams obsessively about whooping it up at Andalays.
Yes.
We were at Andalays by accident.
So what we're saying is Vicki Gunvalson and us have the same taste in bars. There are Google images of Vicki on this bar where the donkey hangs out, dancing. There's an old episode where she ditches some of them,
Tamra and Shannon,
and all of them to go to Andalays.
And then there's another episode where she's literally just screaming like that outside of Andalays, directly on the corner, which makes me think in hindsight, I'm like, were those girls on the bar doing their best?
The Vicki.
Yeah, it might have been. Because at first, when someone left a comment saying, did you see Vicki at Andalays? I was like, that sequin woman must be Vicki. She must be a regular that goes there and performs. No.
Vicki G. Who is the OSG?
Not anymore. She fired.
No, I know, but she was.
She's got some problematic opinions.
Vaccine.
She's
Trump.
like all of it. She's got a bit of a bad brain. We call it.
I think her brain broke.
She got one of those closed-minded, curious, and constantly contradictory bad brains.
Oh no, she's good at insurance, bad at being smart,
at being a human being, respecting other human being.
I had such a great time, and my love for vacationing is reignited.
Wait, you have to tell them about the Uber ride home from Andalays where we told the driver that he was going the wrong way.
You guys, hold on. Oh my God. I think I blocked that out momentarily because of the trauma of it all. You guys, we get like so many snacks. At their version of 7-Eleven when we're drunk after Andalays.
I feel like Elliot and I have really influenced you guys well of like going for the snacks at the end of the night.
See, the thing is like I don't keep them in my home.
I know you don't, and that's
because
good.
I love them. I don't keep any. If I have any snack in my home, I will eat it. So I just don't keep it. Which really it's bad though because I'm such a host.
Yeah.
But like people don't really drop in. But like if someone dropped into my house, I'd be like, I have nothing to serve you.
Sorry.
Do you want a full fucking meal?
Yeah.
But so anyway, we get in this Uber who picks us up and we're driving back up to our house and we think we've missed the turn. Like he looked at the address for a second on my phone and handed it back. Yeah. We think we missed a turn. Grace goes, oh, you missed it back there.
It looked, to be very fair, all very similar turns.
It did.
And this guy looked at your phone, didn't make any confirmation that he knew where we were going at all because the music in his car was too loud.
He had been playing music in the car and it was a little freaky. But then when we are going down the wrong road, he stops in the middle and this is the song that's playing in the Uber as the 4 of us sit quietly.
Fight. And dance with the devil.
Okay. Yeah. He's listening to devil techno, I guess?
It's called D-Devils. The song is called The Sixth Gate, parentheses, Dance with the Devil. I think it came out in 2014.
But imagine being in an Uber where the driver doesn't talk.
Right.
But you say, we've gone down the wrong road, and he stops, and it's literally the part of the song starts playing that goes, the gates of hell are open.
And I was like, I'm so sorry. I made the wrong call. I'm sorry. It wasn't the right. You going the right way. You were going the right way.
So we were wrong. He was dancing with the devil.
And I'm just like crinkling little like Doritos bags in the back, being like, I'm so sorry.
Then we finally, I mean, he listens to it the entire time of like, gate 1, enter hell. Gate 2, still in hell.
I love
Gate
it.
3, burnt to a crisp.
He made no apologies. I appreciate that, you know, the amount of idiots he's picking up, ourselves included.
Yeah.
He's going to be like, I'm going to listen to whatever the fuck I want.
Well, I wonder if it's a level of self-defense. You know how they say, like, if you get attacked, make them think you're crazier than them? Like, where he's like, oh, really? You think you're going to fuck with me? I only play the Gates of Hell song.
Yeah.
But so anyway, we're like, oh, no, we're the worst. Oh, my God, he hates us. And there's a curse on us. And then we get dropped off, and we all forgot it was a cab, not an Uber. And we all just get out and walk to the door. He goes, you gotta pay me.
And we all were just like, we're so sorry. Oh my God.
I totally forgot about that.
Yeah, we were the assholes, but
It happens.
It happens. We got back to where we needed to go.
We had a great time. We got back to America. I want to go on vacation again.
Yeah.
My head is peeling. Do you see this?
No.
My scalp line, it got burnt. Okay. And so I've been like rubbing my hand up there to try to get the flakes off, but it's just looking like I have dandruff.
Perfect. Nice. Just keep it. See what happens.
I like it.
It's a sign that you've traveled. Whereas I got back and the first thing I Googled, because I opened my fridge and saw that we had 2 untouched pieces of cheesecake from the Cheesecake Factory, and I Googled how long will cheesecake last in your fridge, because I wanted them so bad. I did try one.
And you didn't get sick?
No.
I love that you already have problems with lactose. You already have lactose issues, and now you're taking it further.
And lactose isn't the issue necessarily.
Okay.
It was like always the SIBO now, or like just general anxiety that affects my gastrointestinal
You got a nervous
system.
butthole.
I have a nervous body, brain, and butthole. The 3 Bs.
I would like to share with you guys, I had a lot of comments under my Instagram asking how my poop schedule went.
Oh, yeah. I got a lot of like, hope Mamrie's able to drop a tape.
I mean, I'm truly like, Chip, bless you, because like that's all you want underneath your Instagrams if you were single, is people being like, have you shit yet? We're really nervous. I don't blame you. You know what? I'd like to report it was slightly better than normal.
Good. That's
slightly better.
Slightly. I mean, we'll take that.
We will definitely take that.
I know. Trust me. I kept thinking, this could go really bad for me if I just let myself go here in terms of just eating whatever I want and drinking as much as I want.
Well,
but no, I'm happy to report it was great.
It was really fun.
Truly fun.
I want to go back.
I know. I want to go back I want to go back for Pride next week, or at least like, you know, experience
next week.
Next year, experience something like that. But also it's, definitely broken the seal on wanting to travel again.
I would say the gates of travel are open.
Yep.
But not legally. Like, there's still a lot of countries that are closed, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
Travel safely and responsibly.
Oh, what else is going on? I got a burp.
I mean, we're kind of hitting the end of it.
Yeah, I mean, I have other, like, pop culture stuff to talk about, but I feel like that doesn't... that would be a tag on once I've told you about Chihuahua lady.
Oh, yeah. Mamrie
who hates her husband.
Mamrie did almost scoop up a rogue Chihuahua on the street. There was a brief moment in time where that was going to be a real possibility.
The fear in Chip's eyes were real.
Yeah. Chip got hit on a lot.
Did he?
In the piano bar. They said he looked like a sexy Mario. You might have been in the bathroom. I'm not sure. The guy came over and he just goes, "Oh, I like your mustache." Like what is the video game? Sexy Mario.
Yeah, I mean, take Chip to a Pride Week in a gay town.
Yeah.
It's friggin'
game on.
Or game over.
Yeah.
According to Mario. No, what was I saying? I don't know. I'm just delighted. Oh, yeah, I almost got that dog. But, however, here's a fun thing.
Yeah.
When we got to our Airbnb, and we were like situated on the mountains and we could see like other people's decks.
Oh, yeah.
There were 2 little Jolo squinklies. There were 2 little medium-sized hairless black dogs that entertained me from afar all weekend.
They were wonderful. I was really happy for them, especially that they ran into the woods.
They were great. You guys, we got to travel more.
Yeah. Well, this is just the beginning of us traveling more. It's very exciting.
Yep. And I'm going to say it got weird.
Yeah.